Welcome to all of my Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and anyone else who felt called to watch this video. This is your Tarotscope reading for the lunar month of March 13th to April 11th. So the lunar month begins with the new moon on March 13th, 2021. And for all of you astrology geeks out there who want to see more specifically how the moons throughout this cycle are going to affect your specific natal chart placements, you can look to the description box below, and I've got listed the new and full moons and how they're placed by sign and degree in both tropical and sidereal. And so you can check that out in the description box below. So we're going to be looking at 3 areas of your life: career and money, romance, and we'll get just a general spiritual uplifting message at the end. If you're interested in a particular area or areas more than all of them, then you can just use the timestamps below to navigate through the video. All right, Cancer, let's go ahead and get started with career and money. All right, Cancer, my little moon children, let's see what's going to be happening in your career life and for you monetarily speaking over the next lunar month. And you don't ever want to let a tarot reading be a self-fulfilling prophecy. If it is something negative that you're picking up on, view that as, okay, that's a little bit of a heads up, and how am I going to deal with that to make the most of it, right? And we'll get some advice from Spirit as well about how you can best use the energies that are coming up. So for work, we get the Star reverse. That's actually extremely positive, even in the reverse. For money, we get the 7 of Cups. Okay, so for your work life here, I feel that you are really close this month to completely fulfilling some sort of wish fulfillment in your career life. Yeah, 3 of Pentacles. I feel that, you're doing something that really is self-motivating. It's something that is personally fulfilling to you. My cat is scratching on her scratching post behind me. That's personally fulfilling to her. So I don't know if you're hearing that or not, if it's picking up on the camera. But in any case, it's like you have been really working hard on developing your talents, and people are noticing. People are noticing in a huge way. And with the Star reverse, it's almost like you're on the precipice of like really breaking through in some big way. So people like maybe close to you have been noticing, or maybe even just a broader audience has already been noticing. But with the Star reversed, as soon as this Star card flips around, it's like people are really going to be seeing big time. Like you may be about to move into some major spotlight, and really get some sort of major recognition for what you're doing. The Star card is about really shining. The 3 of Pentacles to me often indicates that other people are noticing what you're doing, and they're noticing that you're very talented and that you're someone that other people would want to collaborate with. If you're already collaborating with people, they really like that. They like the work that they're doing with you. They feel like you're a tremendous asset to any team that you're on. All right. So let's see. Let's see here. I want to use this astrology deck here. What's the advice? What advice do we have to make the most of this? This is a great energy for Cancer, and how can they really drive it home during this lunar month? How can Cancer really take best advantage? We have in the 3rd house, okay, your ideas, short-term thinking and trips, who or what is around you. Okay, so definitely you need to be thinking about who you're networking with most immediately. And, maybe brainstorming ideas with those people. It's often advantageous to think about the long-term, our long-term goals. But they're saying for you, this month you'll be more rewarded if you really focus on really getting those short-term goals accomplished. Of course, your short-term goals should be supporting. They should be the foundation of those long-term goals anyway. So really get the short-term goals that you have wrapped up. The things that are right in front of you, get them done. and really be noticing who is around you. What are they saying about the who is around you? I do feel like you're working with other people. You're not like a solo, you're not like just doing your own thing. Aquarius, genius. Wow. Okay. You're gonna, I feel like in your networking with the other people that you're working with, your coworkers or, your team, whatever, however it is, who are your network of people that you call upon. When you all get together and brainstorm, it's like you're bringing all these great minds together, and together you're going to come up with these genius insights into how to move forward together. That's what I'm getting here. So really rely upon the people around you. You might be in a leadership role, or you might be the one that people look to, or maybe you're not, but you obviously are extremely talented among this group of people. But this is a group effort, and it feels like your greatest strength comes from really recognizing that and being willing to tap into all of the talents of everyone around you. Okay, so for your money, we have the Seven of Cups. I'm going to clarify because this could mean a few different things. What's the Seven of Cups mean for money? Okay, we have the Four of Cups reversed. I almost feel like maybe your mindset, you're like less focused on money this month and you're more focused on living from your heart or something, because you notice this woman, she has all of these options. One of them is money, but she's really, the one that she's really looking at is the heart here. She's really more interested in her heart. And we have the Four of Cups reversed. I feel like maybe you are more optimistic this month about matters of the heart, or you're just having, let me see. Yeah, I just feel like you're not feeling very flustered about money. If money is something that commonly bothers you, or if you're often worried about money, I don't think this is going to be a month where you're that worried about money. I feel like there's something happening in your emotional life. It could be romantic, and we're going to look into the romantic life specifically here in a moment, but related to your emotions, where you just feel like things are not as stuck as they were. Now, they're not moving super fast, but it feels like if you felt like you were in some sort of emotional rut before, in kind of some sort of like toxic or lower vibrational emotional energy, and you just felt stuck in it, and you're like, oh, how am I going to feel better? I feel like this month, you're going to see that there are more opportunities than you realized available to you to really shift your life. And you're going to be doing that. Okay, so let's get some advice. How best to use this energy? So basically, you're kind of not worried about money, which is a positive thing. If you're not worried about money, then that's a better money mindset to be in. You're going to be attracting ease as it comes to money because your mind is at ease. But also it's just good to know that this is not an area of your life where you feel like there's cause for concern, right? Yeah, relationships. I feel like you're more focused on relationships. I just feel like money overall is not that much of a focus for you this month. It's more about your relationships with other people, your coworkers, your friends, your family, romantic partner, whatever. All of your relationships are just more of your focus than money. And I think the money itself is fine. Maybe there's nothing like outstanding compared to normal with your money this month. I just feel like money is going to be fine, and that's good. So that's very positive. So, okay. All right, so we're going to go ahead and move on to the next section now. All right, Cancers, let's see what's going on in your romantic life. How are things looking this lunar month in your romantic life? Got that Seven of Cups wanting to come up again. It was stuck to this Eight of Cups, so I'm going to group those together. Okay. Okay. Now I know that I have a lot of different people watching with different situations, but I think that some of you, or maybe a great portion of you watching, are single and looking. So you're single. Maybe you have some people that you're considering as an option, but a lot of you might even have recently left a relationship. And if that's not if you're in a relationship or you have a specific person that you're wanting to learn more about, I'll interpret for that as well. Just give me a moment to interpret for what I see first and foremost. For most of you, I feel you're moving on, or you've been trying to move on either from a relationship or just some sort of connection that wasn't going anywhere or that wasn't satisfying you with the Eight of Cups, and you're looking at your options. I feel like you don't, with the Ace of Cups over here representing a partner or a potential partner, I think that you are feeling that perhaps you're like, is there anyone out there who's really going to care for me the way that I want to be cared for? It feels like to you that maybe you keep attracting situations that are just overly complicated, or that there are too many obstacles, too many outside opinions, or maybe even too much conflict between you and the person that you've been dating in the past, or the types of people you've been attracting. So it looks to me like you're like, you know what? I need to look for something different. And so that's what you're doing this month. So for those of you who are single and looking, what's the advice? I think first of all, Spirit is saying that's a great choice. Approach it differently is a great choice. So they're saying, moving on is a good choice as well. Don't keep thinking that the person who hurt you in the past is somehow going to come back and you're going to convince that person to treat you well. Yeah, if someone has already set a pattern of not treating you well, then you are definitely right to move on from that person, because they're not just going to miraculously change, come back, and be a whole different person than they were. Yes, people can change, but you can't just sit around and twiddle your thumbs and hope that that's what happens. You need to really focus on you. So they're saying, with this Eight of Cups, I feel like that's what you're doing, and your guides are really supporting that. With the Ten of Cups reversed, I feel like they're also saying, try to be a bit more in the moment. Maybe don't try to project things out into the future so far where you're concerned about, are we going to have a family? Are we going to this, that? Is it going to be happily forever after? Yeah, it's like you can't really plant the seeds for that type of future if you're not really being present in the moment and really paying attention to what type of person is this? How are they making me feel? How is this person making me feel? How is the current development that we're in making me feel? Does it feel emotionally supportive right now? Rather than you wondering, will this be emotionally supportive 10 years from now or 20 years from now? Focus more on the here and now. Okay, so that's what I'm getting for those of you who are single and looking. So if you're not single and looking and you hung around through that, thank you so much for being gracious, because that was the initial message that came forward. And it's probably because most of my Cancers watching are in that situation. Okay, and so maybe even those of you who were in a relationship, maybe you got some advice from that as well. Okay, so what about the folks who are either in a relationship or they're asking about a specific person who they have a connection with and they want that connection to develop? Oh my God, this Seven of Cups just will not go away for you Cancers. Okay. Okay, so for those of you who have a specific person in mind, I think the person that you have in mind they're represented here by the Hermit card. So this person is, either they're unaware, you know, if you're not in a relationship with them, they're unaware that, I think they're unaware that you're even interested. And they're really just kind of focusing on themselves, focusing on kind of self-awareness and understanding themselves better, just making time for themselves, taking care of their own needs. This might make you feel like you need to look at other options, or even those of you who are in a relationship. You know, you might feel emotionally unfulfilled by your partner right now, and it could be making you think, you know, maybe this isn't the right relationship for me. Maybe I should be looking elsewhere. With the Three of Pentacles reversed, it's like the two of you are just not on the same page. And it's not that this person dislikes you. They're just kind of in their own head, doing their own thing, oblivious, because they're so self-focused right now. And I think it's in a healthy way in terms of how they're supporting themselves, but you are feeling very left out, and this person is just totally unaware of it. Okay, so what can this Cancer do here? Okay, I kind of feel like the message is, you know, if this is the pattern that you've been in for some time, where you feel like this person really isn't making any effort to move this forward, or they're really not making the effort to try to understand what you're going through. For some of you, I'm saying, if you haven't spoken up about it with the Knight of Swords reverse, if you haven't spoken up about it, then you haven't given it an opportunity to change. But if you have spoken up on it and it continues to be the same pattern and nothing changes, then that's what you're going to continue to get. I mean, the pattern has been developed here. You tried to tell this person that you need more from them, and they're continuing to not give it. So again, with this Ten of Swords here, you can keep hoping that suddenly this person is going to reverse course and come back, pull all of these 10 swords out of your back that they stuck there, whether they meant to or not. They caused you pain through not really paying attention to your emotional needs. And you're expecting the same person who caused this pain to heal you. It doesn't feel like that's going to be the case. But if the problem is that you've never even told them how you feel, then you haven't given them the opportunity to change. So it's going to be different for different people. If you haven't even voiced yourself, then I think that there's still a chance with the Star reversed for you to have your wish fulfillment with this person. Once you give them the opportunity to know and understand what's really going on with you, there's an opportunity for change there. But if you've already done that many times and they still haven't, what we have is the Nine of Wands, which is, you know, you're going to continue to experience the same. The pattern is set. And you're in a rut here where this person, no matter how many times you tell them, does not seem to understand how to meet your emotional needs. And it doesn't feel like that's going to change at this point because you've already done what you can do. You've told them many times, and they're still not. So they're not going to be coming back and doing a complete 180, pulling out all of the pain that they caused and healing you from it. The person who caused this pain is not going to be the one who healed it. You're going to have to be healing yourself here. All right, so I hope that that's really helpful, guys. Let me go ahead and move on to the next section now, and we'll just get a little bit of an uplifting spiritual message to end the video. All right, so Spirit is going to send you a postcard here and give you so much love. So what message does my Cancer need for their spiritual support for the month? Oops, I think it's this one. Okay. Dear you, sometimes you just feel like no one understands you. For those of you who watch the romance section, that's what I was picking up on there for sure. You're not heard, or even that you don't count. This, my dear, is a terrible illusion. And although your feelings tell you that abandonment is real, well, we who love you know better. You are never alone, and even when rejection happens, you are ultimately being protected so that better things can replace what wouldn't have worked in the first place. Really, if the romantic reading resonated for you, this message is really going along with that. Everyone on this side of the veil is watching over you and rooting for your ultimate success. Life loves you, we love you, and you are a unique spark of the divine and always connected to the light and to source. You are always in our care. Trust and keep the faith. Love you always and forever. All right. What a beautiful message. I love it when the card at the end really resonates with the prior reading. Okay, what else does Cancer need to know? Second chakra, the sacral chakra, sensuality. I encourage myself to express my sensuality and emotions creatively using all my faculties, including touch, voice, and actions, and creative abilities such as art, craft, music, acting, cooking, gardening, and writing. I practice being aware of and enjoying my senses being nourished and stimulated by the natural world, such as by landscapes, people, weather, animals, aromas, and sounds. Yeah, so just really getting in touch with your five senses is one way of honoring this love that is being sent to you by the divine. You know, look around you at the beautiful world that we've been given. One way to feel that love, if you feel sort of rejected by people in an interpersonal way, is just to look around you and see how much love is available from the divine. And that will maybe help you understand that, you know, there are people who love you here on earth too, people who are also walking around in human bodies. You know, and when you get into the mindset of I am loved versus I'm always rejected, you'll be attracting more of that energy of love and feeling it and experiencing it. It's already there, but I feel like some of you have felt like you haven't been experiencing it lately. Okay, so I really hope that this is helpful. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much, Cancer. I'll see you next month. Bye-bye.